Tech Cocktail Conversations, candid insights from startup founders, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders from around the globe.
Hi, I'm Ingrid Vanderveldt. I'm the entrepreneur in residence for Dell, and I oversee entrepreneurial initiatives globally for the company through the Dell Center for Entrepreneurs. No day is ever alike, but I think that's true for a lot of entrepreneurs. As the entrepreneur in residence, I do strategy work with Michael Dell and the other executives at Dell to really think about how do we leverage the resources of this global corporation to help entrepreneurs, startup companies be successful. So we have expertise around how to scale and grow, and we want to get in there early on when entrepreneurs need it most to help them be able to do that. So I do that on the strategy side, and then I'm also on the road 90% of the time. So I have a home here in Austin, Texas, but I am on the road meeting with entrepreneurs, meeting with women entrepreneurs, really listening to what is it that you need, how can we be helpful, and then really taking that information back, working with my team, working with the executives to figure out how can we help them move the ball forward. My goal of empowering 1 billion women by 2020 is to provide women around the world the tools, technology, and resources that they need to see themselves as successful leaders, but also successful entrepreneurs. And the reason for this is that if we're going to get our global economy back on track, it's going to happen not from the large companies, but the entrepreneurs and the small business owners, but even more specifically through a new set of eyes, and that's the eyes of women. So all of my work, my personal work, my work in business, my work in policy, my work in media, everything is focused around reaching 1 billion women by 2020. What inspired me to have a goal of empowering 1 billion women by 2020 is it actually it's a calling. So after the last 2 companies that I was running were green energy companies, and they sold, and I was really thinking about what I was meant to do next. I've built a number of companies. Some of them have done relatively well, and some of them failed miserably. I mean, I've had the whole journey. Did a stint in business television with CNBC for a period of time. And so just a very diverse career. The common denominator with all of it is they've all been related to technology. And I just reached a stage in my life where I understood that all of that was really gearing me up for where I'm at now, which is really focused on working with women around the world and investing everything I have into realizing this vision. The challenges around empowering women, I mean, there are a lot of them, but I think one thing I'd point out is that anytime you're doing, especially a really big goal, I mean, a goal that impacts people globally, whether you're a man or a woman, we all face challenges. But I think the unique set of challenges that happen for women is that, just factually speaking, there aren't as many women yet that are building companies in the way the guys always have. We love doing business with the guys. Historically speaking, the men were the ones that were building all the companies, certainly the tech companies. So I think as women are really coming into their own and they're realizing that these opportunities are there for them as well, the access to mentorship and role models and being able to see somebody that looks like them doing what it is that they want to do, they're just it's so far fewer than what it is for the guys. So I think we really need to work on that. We need to focus on paying it forward. Women who have been there and done that need to give back to the other women. And as we do that, we're going to start overcoming those challenges of sort of this access to mentors, access to funding, access to role models, and we're changing that. I was very blessed. I grew up in a fantastic family with very supportive parents, and I do share that because whenever I'm speaking and I'm talking to adults that have children, I really talk about what can happen when, as parents, you allow your daughters and you empower your daughters to believe that they can be, do, and have anything that it is that they want to do. They have to work for it just like everybody else, but there is no glass ceiling. There's no, like, I didn't even know what that was until I actually became an entrepreneur and people told me there was a glass ceiling. I just never even was around that. So I think I grew up with the mindset that my life is based in service. We're a very spiritual family. I grew up thinking I'd be a missionary. Because of my parents, they're entrepreneurs, realized that I was a pretty effective capitalist, that I would go out and be an entrepreneur and give back to the world in a different way. But I think they really taught me the value of living a life of purpose, first of all, living a life in service to others. And when you come from that place, and especially as an entrepreneur, the most successful entrepreneurs that I know out in the world are the ones that are genuinely setting up opportunities that really do solve a problem that make life easier for someone else. So growing up around that just really gave us a core set of values that I think are very, naturally empowering. And now I see it as part of my job for sure to share that and certainly reach out and help other women.